I hope Teri Ijeoma has rental property income coming in, because this video about to put a little dent into her course selling income stream.
If you take the modern world, where people are trying to teach you how to come in and trade actively in stocks.
What's up, Tim Sykes, millionaire mentor and trader here. I want to teach you, I want to help you.
But no, so if I could teach 1,000 people to make $1,000 in a day, that means my community, our trade and travel group, would be generating $1 million a day.
Well, I regard that as roughly equivalent to trying to induce a bunch of young people to start off on heroin.
We're here to support you. I want to see you on this jet with us next time. It's awesome, and you can totally do it. You love jets too. You love jets too. Admit it. You just don't know it.
Hi, my name is Teri Ijeoma, and welcome to my home. Come on inside. I never thought that I'd have water outside my home, but here it is, and it's actually the most calming entry that you'll ever have. I especially love the waterfall because you have this nice, soothing sound.
It is really stupid. And when you're already rich, to make your money by encouraging people to get rich by trading.
If you're a millionaire, why sell a course?
Then there are people on the TV, and they say, I have this book that will teach you how to make 300% a year.
The millionaire booklet's going to give you 8 steps, and guess what?
Okay.
Just early, like in the beginning of this year, we hit over 1,000 students making $1,000 in a day. Now we're closer to 2,000 students making $1,000 in a day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And all you have to do is pay for shipping.
First, you're going to pay shipping and handling.
And it's ridiculous. And the people who do this all day think they're useful citizens, but they mislead you on purpose. And I get tired of it, and I don't think it's right.
You're giving away your free book. You're just trying to sell me stuff. Of course I am. I have no shame. I have no guilt. I have no hesitation.
Plastered all throughout YouTube, Reddit, research studies, and blog posts online is the statistic that 80 to 90% of day traders are unprofitable, with 75% of them quitting within 2 years. 2 years.
Thing with investing is there's no secret. Not that I found, and I've been in it for a while now. I've studied quite a bit. The people who say they can make you 1% a day or these crazy returns tend to do so through a course or through something. They're not actually going through the proper avenues to invest your money on your behalf. Like if these people really had a method for making these crazy sums of money, what they would do is they would register a business. They would go through the proper avenues. I guarantee the money made through that versus courses would be tenfold.
So hearing how ex-assistant principal Teri Ijeoma will help us make $1,000 per day day trading should be interesting, especially when she's charging $2.5K for her trade and travel program, day trading program, and $5K for a trade and travel VIP investor program, of which has netted her over 7 figures in online sales, according to these various news publications. I hope you lot are privy to the fact that news article features can be bought and isn't necessarily a sign that someone and their teaching methods are credible. Alrighty, here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Meet the top black entrepreneurs you need to follow this summer. This right here, Access Wire, will become a very important thing to click on later on. So we have our good friends in your leisure with Rashad and Troy, a couple other people here. Okay, keep scrolling. Looking for our girl Teri. Where's Teri? Where is Teri here? Teri, where art thou? Where art thou, Teri? Come on, girl. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you, shorty. And voila, look, it's our favorite girl, Teri Ijeoma. Okay, there you go. Okay, now let's go back up here. Let's go back up here. This is what has the credibility, right? Expert day trader. Okay, so if you click on this right here, hold on, Access Wire, click on it. Okay, boom, it says submit a press release. Let's click on it, shall we? Public companies. Interesting. Oh, look at that. Pricing. If you want to be on Yahoo Finance, We don't really care if what you're saying is credible or not. Just pay us $600 or $9.95. Better yet, okay? If you Google pay to be on Forbes, what do you get? An ad by this company called Imperium Group PR. Forbes US for $1,500. Click on it. Boom. Get featured on, hold on. You can get featured on Forbes, Wall Street Journal, Yahoo Finance, the New York Times, BBC, CNN. Hey man, sounds like a pretty good deal. $8,000? It sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Just ask my good old friend, our good old friend, Tanner Chittister. But before we proceed to the main event, I'd like to note that our friend Tanner did in fact pay to be featured on Forbes, CNBC, Business Insider, etc., etc. by the outline titled How Brands Secretly, or not so secretly now, buy their way onto Forbes, Fast Company, and Huffington Post. So people, brands included, can and do pay their way onto these news outlets for positive media coverage.
No systems to actually utilize this. And so a lot of beginners, they get caught up in that social proof game. And I'm just saying, guys, you can buy your social proof, meaning you can pay for enough press and get on enough pages to play. And a lot of people, you know, that's what they do. You know, unless you're very attractive, you got a big booty, or you're famous already. Most of the big entrepreneurs you see, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, all those guys, I know for a fact they would pay for tons of shout outs. And they pay, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like some people look at it as like it's a bad thing. I'm like, why is that bad?
If that's what you got to do, play
you're
the game.
paying to get more people.
It's an evil world we live in. But hey, I'm gonna keep living and loving life.
The next question you might be wondering is, what portion of your income streams come from selling courses as opposed to actually day trading?
But real talk though, so one thing I will say, Anthony, like, because sometimes I think people wonder, like, you know, well, does she make money in courses or makes money from investing? And I want to let you guys know that I actually do both, and it goes in seasons.
It goes in seasons. It goes in seasons. It goes in seasons. What did she say?
Like, you know, well, does she make money in courses or makes money from investing? And I want to let you guys know that I actually do both, and it goes in seasons.
And I want to let you guys know that I actually do both, and it goes in seasons.
It goes in seasons. I ain't no Einstein, okay? I ain't no Einstein. But it goes in seasons implies that there are periods where you make more money teaching than actually day trading. No?
So, like, I think of it kind of like LeBron James. He's made millions and millions of dollars, but not all of it has been from basketball.
Yo, this is where he capping, y'all, and I'm going to hold him accountable. Pay attention to what just happened.
Like, I think I saw something that said he actually has made more from his businesses. That doesn't mean that he's any less of a basketball player. It just means that he learned how to leverage his skills and leverage his influence. And so that's what I've done too. I'm still an excellent trader. Like I literally made $1 million in a day trading stocks last week. So I'm an excellent trader, but then I'm also an excellent businesswoman. And the cool thing is, because I have this skill set of trading, no matter how much money I get from the course, I'm then able to flip it and make it into more. So that's what's really cool about it. So you can do both. For those that wonder, you can do both.
8 figures.
Hold up. No.
Oh, I say it again. You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
That's a false equivalence. The actual parallel would be LeBron starting a basketball academy and personally training and coaching high school athletes who aspire to be in the NBA, all while still being in the prime of his career and trying to prove himself worthy of that next big contract. That is the parallel. Heck, even LeBron's son, Bronny James, who one would think has access to the best training facility, nutrition program, top tier coaches, and genes from a 6'8" father, is only ranked 30th in his basketball recruiting class. It just goes to show that the business of teaching success and having income claims attached to the marketing is flawed. Let's not even talk about Michael Jordan's sons, neither of which made it to the NBA. Like, you would think, oh, genes from a father, 6'8" father, they'd be in the NBA too. Neither of them made it to the NBA. So like, houseway, make it make sense.
So Marcus Jordan is actually only 28 years old right now. So had he been an NBA level player, he'd be currently playing the NBA right now. And he is the better of Michael Jordan's two kids.
Which leads us to the next question. What percentage of students are actually making $1,000 per day? Also, what percentage are even profitable at all, making, let's say, $100 per day? And most importantly, what percentage are still losing money after, say, 3 to 6 months worth of trading data is collected? But let's debunk her 1K per day income claims right now. Shakia, quick things right now, okay? No further. Let's debunk it right now.
Try Jesus, not me. Cause I throw hands.
Actually, let's let Teri Ijeoma debunk herself.
Hey, watch this. Watch how we bring it out of him.
So our goal is to have 1,000 students make $1,000 in a day. But in order to have that kind of goal, you got to track it. So what is the criteria for you all to join the movement and become part of our $1,000 a day club? Well, for our trade and travel students, here are the two criteria. You can do it in your SIM account or your real account. We don't want anyone to be left out because you don't have enough cash. So we want to make sure that in your SIM account or your real account, you're trading with less than $100,000. I teach students how to make 1% of their cash amount a day. Usually, we can hit that goal with $30,000 in our account. So I usually tell my trade and travel students, make your SIM account, especially if you don't have it already in your real account, make your SIM account $30,000 and then try to hit that $1,000 a day with just $30,000 in your account.
So basically, she's including dummy simulation accounts in her marketing of students supposedly making $1,000 per day.
We have the tapes. We have the information.
Well, for our trade and travel students, here are the two criteria. You can do it in your SIM account or your real account. We don't want anyone to be left out because you don't have enough cash. So we want to make sure that in your SIM account or your real account, you're trading with less than $100,000.
Stop the cap.
Okay. Now, Teri including demo accounts or play money essentially in her marketing is something I definitely want to be aware of as a student interested in buying her program and learning her trading strategies. Especially when I see these testimonials, right? I would think that this is money that I can actually deposit into my bank account, physical bank account.
Why, Dada? Why?
This is business.
This is my sweat.
I know, but I did business.
Shut up! Shut up!
This is business.
Hey.
Now, Anthony ONeal, a large content creator in the personal finance niche who was formerly a part of Dave Ramsey's network, did a collaboration with Teri, which for the most part co-signed her credibility, given that he has an affiliate link to her course in the description of all of the videos he made with her. Now, I will applaud Anthony ONeal for saying the following.
So, I have not been a fan of single stocks because studies show that nearly 78% of the people who invest in single stocks tend to lose it. I do believe people tend to lose it because they have the lack of education.
Yeah.
Which is why I wanted to get you on the show. Because I do believe, however, after you do what I teach, okay, go ahead and get out of debt, get a fully funded emergency fund, and invest 15% of your money into a solid foundation, utilizing and taking advantage of your company matches on 401ks, taking the opportunity to get into an IRA. And so instead of for you going out here buying, the latest and greatest stuff, if you have some leisure money, instead of you doing it on a Gucci backpack, taking that $3,000, okay, you can come over here and do whatever you want. Yeah. If you want to do like cryptocurrency or whatever, I don't care. I don't do cryptocurrency. I don't do Bitcoin. I mean, I've never done single stocks either.
Don't ever, Shamba, lend me your ear, compromise your personal finance in the hopes of future business or investment profits.
Nigga, you gotta be ashamed of yourself, nigga. Real talk. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. Old as you is. Nigga, you gotta be ashamed of yourself, nigga. Real talk. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. Old as you is.
This is why on a $1,000 credit card limit, I highly suggest people never use more than $200 at a given time. If you have a large purchase, let's say it's $800, you transfer money to pay towards a credit card the same day, right? But otherwise, if you see your balance is at $250 or $210, before you use that credit card again, you pay it off or pay it down to like $50 or $100 and then use your credit card again. Having your own self-imposed credit card limit prevents you from over-leveraging yourself and getting into credit card debt. Shombo?
Why are you laughing for? What, Chris, why are you laughing for? Why are you laughing for? I'm being serious. I'm being serious. No, you see, I'm talking facts here. I don't do if, buts and maybes. I do absolutes.
Teri goes on to describe day trading as...
And you got your fully funded, 15% over there. I'm curious to learn more about it.
Yeah.
So exactly, help my tribe out.
Okay.
What exactly is day trading?
So the basics. So in high school, I ran a candy store.
Okay.
And I would buy blow pops
Okay.
at wholesale, like at Costco, for like 10 cents.
Okay.
Then I would go to school and I would sell them for 25 cents.
Okay.
Right? Bought low, sold high.
Bought low, sold high.
Yes.
Okay.
Literally, that's the same thing that I'm doing with stocks.
Okay.
So like right now on this $1 million trade, I bought Amazon low.
Okay.
It moved up $100. I'm gonna sell it high.
Oh.
Literally the same thing.
So for an example, if you bought Amazon at $100 and let's say it's worth $200, you're selling it at $200, but you bought it at $100.
Yes, and I get to make the difference.
Okay.
So that's
All
like literally what's happening.
Okay.
Now then the question becomes, okay, Teri, well, how do you know what price is good to buy it? That's when you do more things like you look at charts and look at past stock price movement. And then that's where I can know, okay, this is a place where big banks are buying.
Yeah.
And I can see, okay, Morgan Stanley is buying 1 million shares at $100. That's where I need to be. Or Goldman Sachs is selling at $200. That's where I need to sell.
Okay.
So like that's the behind the scenes, but literally it's just you're buying it at a certain price and then selling it at a higher price to make money.
Basically the equivalent of Amazon FBA or Shopify dropshipping, where you buy a product at a wholesale price, or in this case, a stock for cheap, and sell it at a higher price later on. You buy stocks with the hopes of taking advantage of small fluctuations in the stock market. Teri goes on to say that you should invest or spend money on getting educated in the stock market.
People start with $2,000.
Yes.
Okay, and I need you to be real, my people.
Yep.
Because I'm a check if you don't.
Again, okay.
Oh, look at that,
continue.
Teri, that's my girl.
So the $2,000, let's go back to that.
Okay, $2,000. If they have that investment,
What do they
two
do?
questions. What do they do? And is there a strong possibility that they can lose all of it?
Great. Okay, so let's start first with what do they do?
Yes.
So honestly, what I would tell them to do is first get educated.
Yep.
Like spend some money on getting educated, because what'll happen is, and this may sound cliche,
Okay.
but what will happen is people will jump into Robinhood account or whatever account and they have no education and they'll try to figure it out on their own and then they'll lose $2,000
Yeah.
and they could have just used that on the front end to learn what to do.
Yes.
So I actually think when you first start, first investment should be some education around how to invest correctly.
First of all, full stop, arrête.
I'm calling you out. I'm so sick of these people. You know, oh!
You'll need $4,500 after spending $2,500 on her non-VIP trade and travel program. To be honest, to be frank with y'all, when you look, I wouldn't spend more than $500 on any unlicensed guru online. Straight up. $500 is the max, especially if their firm or company wouldn't be at risk if they gave you bad advice. I mean, the industry of course selling isn't really regulated. So like once they get you to buy their course or whatever, the risk is all on you now. They've done their job. They've marketed to you. Now it's just on you to live up to the other income claims and testimonials that she has had. It's one thing to be a viewer and watch content for free online. But if you are paying someone for investment or money making advice who is not a fiduciary, then you are basically hustling backwards and gambling. Wealth Simple describes a fiduciary as a person or organization who, acting in the best interests of another person or organization, is charged with managing assets on behalf of that individual or organizational clients. A fiduciary, pay very close attention to this part right here, a fiduciary is ethically and likely legally bound to make recommendations that are in the best interests of those to whom they have a fiduciary obligation.
It's both to trading courses and to actual assets. There's a reason that you don't see financial advisors saying, guys, this stock is going to the moon. It's because they're heavily regulated, and that's incredibly unethical. And yet you can have people who made a cryptocurrency promote it as an incredible revolutionary investment opportunity that will make you a billionaire. And then, you know, when you challenge them, it's not financial advice. This is just a social experiment, if you will. But guys, one that will make you a lot of money. Trust. But until we see more action, we are largely left to fend for ourselves. So if you see an opportunity that's being presented to you as life-changing, as something that will make you rich, that, you know, is very easy, very short-term, and could change your life, just ask yourself, why are they selling it to you? Why are they selling to you, say a YouTube viewer, instead of a higher net worth person with more money? Why to you and not a hedge fund that could pay millions, if not billions up front for a proven investing strategy or asset? Why sell you this thing up front instead of just agreeing to manage your money on your behalf and earning these returns themselves and earn a very sizable fee doing so over a long period of time? The answer, of course, is because they don't have a promised method for earning these returns. And in taking this approach where they sell you the asset, they sell you the course or whatever it is, they are transferring the risk of that thing not turning out as they said it would to you, the buyer. So of course they'll say whatever it takes to get you to buy that thing, because once you've taken it, they've made their money, they're done.
The legally part is a very noteworthy part of that definition. Ethically and legally obligated to make recommendations in the best interest of their clients. Very important aspect.
And then once they do that, the next thing is, okay, I want you to take $500 of it and put it into an account, like fund a brokerage account. That's step one. You have to open a brokerage account. A brokerage account is kind of like a checking account, but it's a checking account where you can actually invest in stocks. You know this, but just for anybody who doesn't.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
So I actually don't think they should do the whole 2,000. Put 500 and then trade in a simulated account.
Okay.
Yep. It depends what broker you use, but I know TD Ameritrade, TradeStation, and a couple others, you can fund the account and then trade with fake money first.
Okay.
That's actually step one.
Okay.
As you're learning in whatever program, then practice with fake money until you become good.
Okay.
Again, we're trying to avoid the just try it out and then lose all your money. We're avoiding that.
Yo, this is where he capping, y'all, and I'm going to hold him accountable. Pay attention to what just happened.
So you're trading with the fake money.
Okay.
As you start seeing that your returns are increasing, then you can start putting the whole 2,000 into that account. And your goal is going to be to make on a regular basis, it doesn't have to be every day, but about 1% of your cash amount.
So 2,000 is $20.
Yes.
Okay.
But just think, if you're doing that each day, that's still $100 a week, $400 a month. That's 20% return, which is huge. That's bigger than somebody on here I know is going to be like, Terry, nobody can make 20% a month. My students are doing it. They're making $1,000 in a day.
Yeah.
Like, we know that they're doing it. But those small baby steps, like trying to just go for 1% return, is going to eventually start adding up to bigger amounts.
Okay.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
So, if you invest $2,000 with Teri's trading methods, you'll get approximately a 1% return on your cash amount per day, which equates to about $20 per day. And the market is closed on weekends, so in a week, approximately $100 per week, utilizing Teri's secret trading methods.
Sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme. Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
And ultimately, Teri's methods will garner you $400 per month on the initial $2,000 in your brokerage trading account.
So I guess for me, my biggest fear is they take that 2,000 and let's just say put it in there after you get education, which I believe you do provide the best education. I've seen your course. I respect your course. Can my people lose their money?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and I'm just being honest.
I appreciate you for being honest.
Every investment, there's also a risk.
Absolutely.
So one of the big parts of my course is like the whole week 2. Like you get in first, I get you started, but then week 2, we're talking about risk management.
Okay.
So there is a big like plan in order to protect yourself from losing.
Okay.
One of those things is called a stop loss order.
Okay.
A stop loss is literally, it's an order type where if the stock starts falling, it'll take you out of the trade.
Okay.
So you can dictate how much you are going to lose. And I think that's where people get scared. They think they're just going to lose the whole 2,000. But if I put a stop loss in that says if I lose 100, take me out, the max I can lose is 100. But most people don't know that's available, that exists. So there are ways to protect your investment. Also, even before you get into the trade, you should be calculating your reward to risk ratio.
So not your risk to reward. You start off with rewards to risk.
See, I ain't no certified financial planner, so I'm gonna let the professionals handle this one. Run the tape, man, run the tape.
I wouldn't recommend that. The nice thing about investing with professionals is there's a lot of regulations there to protect people for that specific reason, right? So, you know, going to a bank for investment advice isn't sexy. And
No,
you're
it's
not
not.
going to go and get, you know,
And
plus
you're not gonna get
20%
the-
return.
Right, that's the
every
problem.
year.
People.
So, you know, going to a bank for investment advice isn't sexy. And you're not going to go and get, you know,
And
plus
you're not gonna get
20%
the-
return.
Right, that's the
every
problem.
year.
People want, hey, this guy down the street's promising me 50% a year, 100%, 200% a year.
Exactly. But when they promise these returns, they also don't follow the right avenues to give you those returns, right? Like the people who say they can make you 1% a day or these crazy returns, they tend to do so through a course.
But from my understanding, with her secret trading strategies, she'd make more money, substantially more money, managing the brokerage accounts of students and taking a percentage of the long-term profit, as opposed to just taking a flat upfront fee.
Or through something. They're not actually going through the proper avenues to invest your money on your behalf. Like if these people really had a method for making these crazy sums of money, what they would do is they would register a business. They would go through the proper avenues and say, hey, like I have this perfect mechanism for making money. I'm going to do it for people through a legitimate business. And I guarantee the money made through that versus courses would be tenfold, because you would attract clients, and the more money you manage, the more you would take away as a fee for managing their money and making it grow by such a large amount. So
right. I mean, there's massive, there's funds opening up all the time and attracting new investors with great returns. And if you could even show a 3-year track record of really crushing the market, your ability to get funds goes to the roof.
Of course, yeah, and when you go through that route, but the reason why they don't obviously is because they don't have they can't do it. They don't have that method that proves that proven track record, and sometimes they are doing, you know, misleading marketing that if they had a legitimate business, you know, it wouldn't stand. Like my company as a fund manager can't go out and start, you know, posing in front of Lamborghinis and private jets and say we'll invest your money and this will all be yours. Like we would be sued in 2 seconds. But when you're only selling a course that technically doesn't guarantee anything, you know, you have all the right disclaimers. You say, oh yeah, like you'll get all this, but in the fine print you see, you know, no guaranteed returns. They're not actually an advisor. Any investment decision you make is your own responsibility and not theirs. Like they're not really taking any, like their words are cheap. You know,
How 10,000 a week, not 10,000 a month. People are joining and making their 2,997 back in the first day. You can hire the best in the world. We are some of the best traders in the world. In the end, it's only results that matter. Nothing else matters.
Oh no, is he talking about day trading? What is he talking about?
Basically, yes. Day trading. And you'll see those are all the comments people were talking about their negative experience with his War Room Trading Academy.
All right, I say this so many times, and this is just going to be about 1 million and one time saying this, because people they can't get this in their head. Listen, people. Most professional day traders lose money. Okay? Understand what day trading is. Day trading is you trying to get inside the minds of other people. You don't actually care about the fundamentals of the company. You're not actually looking at the financial statements of the company. You're trying to guess what other people are going to feel about a company on any given day. I know there's people online who will show you all these charts and these candlesticks, and at the end of the day, you're still basically gambling. And you're doing this part-time. This isn't your professional job. There are people who all they do is stare at charts 24/7. Been doing it for years. And most of them lose money. What are the odds that you, a person who works a regular 9 to 5, that a couple of hours of YouTube every day is going to give you the information that you need to be able to beat the market and to get a return that's higher than a simple index fund? Stop wasting your time and your money trying to get rich day trading.
And
it's not going to happen to you.
And the worst of all would be to utilize a loan or a business or credit card debt in the hopes of investing in this shit, right? So not only would you be down, let's say $1,000, but you're also not paying interest on said $1,000 you are now, and it's affecting your credit score. So
no, you don't go.
I mean, just think about it. 1,000 students, even 100 students, making $1,000 per day. and you're able to grow their accounts on a monthly basis, listen, listen.
Why, Dada, why? This is business. This is my sweat. I know, but I did business. Shut up! Shut up! This is business. Hey.
But we probably know why she's not managing the accounts and taking on some risk, right? Once you buy the course, the risk is all on you.
So that's again how you take higher probability trades and how you can kind of protect yourself from losing as much.
So what kind of stocks are you investing in on like on a daily basis?
Great question. I do healthy companies. I'm not a penny stock girl.
Okay.
If somebody comes to me with a stock that I don't know, that's not me. I'm looking at healthy companies that longer term investors would probably invest in too.
Okay.
So we're looking at the Apples, the Amazons, the Facebooks, the Chipotle, good solid companies that have had an upward trend over time.
Yeah.
Like I said, longer term investors would probably pick the same ones, but we just trade in and out of it for income.
Oh, I say it again. You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Boy. Okay. All right. So once they get in, right? How many students have you had go through your course?
Over 7,000.
Over 7,000. Okay. And out of those 7,000, what would you say is the average? Like, what is your average student saying that they're making on a monthly basis?
Yeah. Well, I can't say an average.
Yo, this is where he capping, y'all, and I'm gonna hold him accountable. Pay attention to what just happened.
Okay.
Because it's a self-paced course.
I love it.
So people can kind of go at their own pace.
I love it.
But I will say, we had $1 million in a day challenge.
Whoa, wait. Where people were making $1 million in a day?
No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, girl, now you're sounding too good to be true.
I'm not too good to be true. You just don't know.
Yo, I'm just keeping it above. Okay.
But no, so if I could teach 1,000 people to make $1,000 in a day.
We have the tapes. We have the information.
So our goal is to have 1,000 students make $1,000 in a day. But in order to have that kind of goal, you got to track it. So what is the criteria for you all to join the movement and become part of our $1,000 a day club? Well, for our trade and travel students, here are the 2 criteria. You can do it in your sim account or your real account. We don't want anyone to be left out because you don't have enough cash. So we want to make sure that in your sim account or your real account, you're trading with less than $100,000. I teach students how to make 1% of their cash amount a day. Usually, we can hit that goal with $30,000 in our account. So I usually tell my trade and travel students, make your sim account, especially if you don't have it already in your real account, make your sim account $30,000 and then try to hit that $1,000 a day with just $30,000 in your account.
Well, for our trade and travel students, here are the 2 criteria. You can do it in your sim account or your real account. We don't want anyone to be left out because you don't have enough cash. So we want to make sure that in your sim account or your real account, you're trading with less than $100,000. You can do it in your sim account or your real account. We don't want anyone to be left out because you don't have enough cash.
That means my community, our trade and travel group, would be generating $1 million a day.
Wow.
And we've tracked that. So we had people like, if they hit $1,000 in a day, and there were rules because we didn't want it to be like outlandish.
Yeah.
But if they made $1,000 in a day, they took a screenshot and they sent it to us.
Okay.
Just early, like in the beginning of this year, we hit over 1,000 students making $1,000 in a day. Now we're closer to 2,000 students making $1,000 in a day.
Are you serious?
Yes. And they're like, literally, like it's realized gain. They can now go in. Like I have one girl, she's funding scholarships for students with her money.
So she's making an impact.
Yes, exactly. Like we're changing lives for real.
Sorry. I'm just trying to dodge objects the way that Teri was dodging that question. If she cannot even answer the average amount that her students are making, she's so fixated on the $1,000 per day. Like, it's crazy. She can't even answer the average amount that her students are making, or what percentage are making a certain amount at each income bracket. Then I gotta question her legitimacy. Teri has over 9,000 students in her regular trade and travel program, and over 3,000 students in her trade and travel VIP investor program. The number of students she has is an important fact given what I found out on the testimonial landing page. More on that later. Teri constantly markets a course with the $1,000 per day income claim, which we already know is shaky because she includes demo accounts. It's pretty easy to make $1,000 per day if you have $3 million in your demo account, okay? Plus, trading with live money that you could potentially lose elicits different emotions and causes different outcomes and decision making than trading with play money in a demo account.
You can do it in your sim account or your real account. We don't want anyone to be left out because you don't have enough cash.
Hopefully, Teri can collect some student trading data and make a video detailing what percentage of her students are profitable at all, what percentage are making actually $1,000 per day, and most importantly, what percentage are still not profitable and losing money after maybe 6 months of trying her strategies. Making a video of this nature just adds more transparency to her brand. You know, her current lack of transparency, hopefully she changes in the future, reminds me of another person online, Patrick Bet David, who runs the YouTube channel Valuetainment and is the CEO of an MLM insurance company, PHP, who has the top compensation plan for all of their workers and self-contractors.
We've been needing to do this one for a while. Patrick Bet David, ladies and gentlemen, owner and founder of People Helping People, an MLM focused on life insurance. You may know him, though, from his YouTube channel, Valuetainment. Now, I have no problem with Valuetainment. I like it. I'll watch Patrick all day on Valuetainment, to be quite honest with you. But the MLM pack, what are you doing with the MLM? Because it bills itself as like solving all the problems, guys. It says, you know, student debt, crisis. What's going to save you? Let's watch their advertising.
Will the rising trade tensions between the U.S. and the China just keep pushing these markets lower?
Underemployment among recent college grads.
Saving for retirement.
That's a fair
It's
enough.
not easy to ignore the financial problems we have today. In retirement, not a chance. Everyone talks about it, yet very few bring financial solutions to solve it.
Oh boy, here we go. Big promises.
Until now.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
One company dares to dream bigger and do the impossible. One company pushes the limits of the status quo.
Wow.
And if you want to just barely scratch the livable income, 2.82% of people make $33,000, or $34,000 approximately. 2.82%. Where is the business opportunity there?
How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
So what is the reality of PHP? According to the disclosure they have to file. Let's check it out because they say they have the top compensation plan.
With the top compensation package in the marketplace for entrepreneurial agency builders, PHP is ushering a new era of multicultural and diverse agents.
So this is that, and it's for agents that got their license, because I know you have to get like licensed with these kinds of businesses. So I wanted to make sure we measured the licensed agents, and they said this is licensed agents. Well, let's check out the numbers. $800,000 of income. That's pretty good. Well, how many people get that? 0.13%. Okay, so it drops pretty steeply off from that. Okay, 300,000, not bad. 0.14%. Now going on from that, like you basically have 1% of people making a really good income, it seems like. Because 0.75% make $148,000. That's a great living. You're gonna do very well with that.
Especially if there's an upfront cost to get the insurance, get licensed, put in all this energy. So I get it though, you know, there's some truth to having people pay upfront to take it more seriously and actually follow through, right? Compared to it being free and they just don't care about it, don't value it. But people are paying to get access to other stuff and they're still only making $205? Make it make sense.
Well, now we drop into the middle class, right? 1% of the people do that. It's still great. Still good compensation. Here's where it really falls off. Down here, I don't know if you can see that, 64% of paid agents, these are agents getting paid, made $200. The vast majority of people who made money with PHP barely paid off their enrollment fee of $200 that year. You hardly broke even on an enrollment fee, over half. Now, 20% of them made $2,000 in a single year. Terrible income. Let's just be honest. That's like a side hustle at best. 7,000, same thing. 6% of people made that, meaning that about 90% of PHP's employees also make less than, take a guess. Everyone got their guess ready? McDonald's employees. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the number one compensation plan in MLM, the thing that's changing everything, that's changing a world full of debt. The McDonald's starting salary makes more than 90% of those people.
When researching and doing your due diligence on Teri Ijeoma and her trade and travel program, you'll find a ton of interviews and videos online reviewing her course, but they all seem to have an affiliate link in the description or in the blog post somewhere. So for a course in the $1,000 range, they have a heavy financial incentive to embellish the benefits and recant on the drawbacks, and possibly put their integrity on the line. If they're getting 50% commission, that's $1,000. But arguably, Lolita's review at the 6-month mark of taking Teri's course came across as the most authentic one online. And she confirms the information that I found out as well. So yeah, it is definitely a demo dummy account that she includes in the 1K per day marketing.
And speaking of that, let's go right into the have I made $1,000 a day yet trading stocks, because you guys all want to know that. Everybody who is thinking about taking her course wants to know, if I put down this money, am I gonna get money in return? Like, that's what you want to know. So the answer to that is no. I have never made $1,000 in one day in the stock market yet. Maybe in the future I might. However, guys, I have a couple things to say about the $1,000 a day club. This is from my observations since I've been inside of the private Facebook group, since I've been, you know, studying the whole program. There's a couple of things I do want to let you guys know, because I want you to have full disclosure. I want you to be able to make a valid decision regarding whether or not to invest a significant amount of money into this program. Okay, so the $1,000 a day club, let's start off there. We've all seen the people with their plaques on social media smiling, saying I make $1,000 a day, and you're like, wow, it's like thousands of people making $1,000 a day, and these people are just like me, so if they're doing it, then surely I can do it too. Well, here's the catch. Because there's always a catch when it sounds too good to be true. Here's the catch. So essentially, in order to get into the $1,000 a day club, all you have to do, after you buy the program, all you have to do is take a snapshot of your portfolio, your trading portfolio for the day that shows that you realized or unrealized $1,000 in money. But the key is that it doesn't have to be real money. Yeah, I said that. It doesn't have to be real money. So I don't know the percentage, but from my observation, I would say the majority of the people who are posting with the $1,000 a day plaque, they are trading with fake money. And it's very easy to make $1,000 a day when you have $3 million worth of fake money in your trading account. That's pretty easy, right? That makes it seem very easy to make $1,000 a day. Now, there are a significant number of people who actually have real money that they have made $1,000 a day. But here's the catch behind that. In order to make $1,000 a day when you have real money, then you need to have a minimum of $20,000 to $30,000. And it wasn't until I came across one of Teri's videos, I wish I could find it again, I'm sure it's on her YouTube page somewhere. She actually stated in that video that she recommends that people have, I think it was $30,000. It was between $20,000 and $30,000 in order to reach the $1,000 a day mark. Now, had I seen that video before I purchased the course, I wouldn't have purchased the course, because guys, I'm no millionaire. I just don't have $20,000 or $30,000 just sitting around ready to go into the stock market. I don't. Now, if you do, I think that's absolutely fabulous. You should definitely invest in Teri's course. You should use her strategies, and you can multiply your $30,000, right? But for me, I decided that I wanted to start with something realistic. I did not want to do the, you know, the whole $3 million simulated money or $30,000 simulated money. I started with $2,000 of real money, because that was how much I set aside to put into this. Now, with $2,000 of real money, no, I'm not going to make $1,000 a day unless something big happens where, you know, a stock shoots through the roof real quick or something like that. That would be the only way that I would make that $1,000 a day off of $2,000. So I'm saying all of that to say, have I made $1,000 a day? Nope. Will I make $1,000 a day off of $2,000 that I have? Nope, I'm not going to do that. Will you make $1,000 a day? Yes, if you have significant income to invest, you will. Now,
and of course, you know, how this happened to one of my favorite social media platforms, Reddit. This is what the jury has decided. The people of Reddit have decided regarding Teri and her trading program.
Try Jesus, not me, cause I throw hands.
Alrighty, so let me show y'all my homework, alright? Remember, Teri has seen on all these news outlets that which can be bought. Remember that? All of this can be bought, pay to play. Doesn't mean they're credible necessarily, okay? Let me show y'all my homework, okay? So we have Dr. Sherry Arnold, all right? Let's right-click on that real quick. Search image with Google Lens. And this takes you to this page, all right? Dr. Sherry Arnold Graham seems pretty legit. She's got a Facebook page. Seems pretty legitimate. Posted like 2 months ago. Not bad, all right? And it also showed her LinkedIn. So this seems like a pretty legitimate student, right? Now let's try the same thing with another one of our students. Let's try it with Thomas Few. Okay, right click, search image with Google Lens. Let's fix that real quick. Right here, baby, right here. We have Derek Williams, we have Tom Few, we have, I don't know, Bianca Coates, James Jones. Who else do we have? Tim Russell. There is no consensus image, or name I should say, for this image. Why is that? With over 7,000 students? Now, sounds kind of fishy to me. I'm just saying. Someone says, is it really possible for an individual to make a lot of money day trading? More details in the text. So, I came across an interview of this woman called Teri Ijeoma. She claims to be making tens of thousands of dollars in profit daily. She also bought a house for $700K in cash. And yes, she has a highly priced course too. I've always believed that it is impossible for an individual trader to day trade and make a lot of profit. Her case is a surprise to me. And there are people doing this successfully? Someone just outright says, these courses are scams. Someone else says, if it was as highly valuable as they say it is, then why are they selling it for money? Wouldn't it be more valuable to keep it a secret? Also, why waste time selling courses or lessons when that time could just be spent more on trading? Hey man, Terry, if you're watching this, and I think you're probably watching this, explain that for us, just explain that real quick. And let's say you want to, you've made enough money, you're chilling, and you want to help people, right? You want to be a Samaritan. Why are you not managing their accounts, helping them manage their accounts, and taking on some of the risk, charging them no fee, or maybe $100, and then allowing them to use the rest of the money that they would have spent on your course as money in their investment, and you take a fee off top of the profit you make, right? You know what I'm saying?
This ain't about no love. The whole thing was a setup. This ain't about no love. The whole thing was a setup.
Speaking of houses in Puerto Rico, someone says, these courses pay for big, expensive houses. Remember, those who can't sell courses. Someone says, LOL, don't buy her stuff. She's most likely lying about profits. Counter argument. I have nothing for or against her. I'm not going to drop $2,500 on her course. It's too expensive for me. But claiming that she's lying without any proof isn't right. Hopefully I proved to you right now that the 1K per day income claim by students, you can't really take it seriously, It's like demo accounts versus live trading accounts, not the same.
You can do it in your sim account or your real account. We don't want anyone to be left out because you don't have enough cash.
And I'm not saying some people aren't making 1K per day with a course, but of the 10,000 students, how many are trading with a lot of accounts in which they can actually deposit the profits into their bank account? 1,000, 500, 5,000? Yo.
This ain't about no love. The whole thing was a setup.
Someone says, dude, come on. The proof is that she's selling a course that takes many hours out of her trading work to make less money teaching you how to do it. That's the proof as to why these courses are scams. Remember that everyone is a genius in a bull market. That's fair. Man, if you are making thousands of dollars a day, day trading is exhausting. Would you really be giving courses? If you wanted to give back, I think there would be more meaningful options. If you don't have the time to day trade as your day job, you're fighting a steep uphill battle. So basically they're pretty much saying like, why teach? Why create competition? Because with day trading, your profit equates to someone else's loss. So all the students within her Facebook program are indirectly competing with each other as well. So there's that aspect to it. Given the plethora of trading gurus online, I figured we take a look at some red flags that someone is a surefire or is more than likely a fake trading guru, shall we? Their main characteristics are a flashy lifestyle involving exotic cars, stacks of cash, and possibly $1 million house in Puerto Rico. Videos, articles, and posts claiming to know secret methods that can make you rich. Complex storylines that show them as the underdogs that made themselves millionaires through trading, coming from nothing. Live trading videos where you can never see account balances or verify statements that actually prove their profitability. This is why I'm a big proponent of seeing people's tax returns.
137 million? Yes, and if I don't pay up, I'll go to jail for tax evasion. I'm crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS, no, thank you.
I'm sure you're not gonna lie to the governing tax body in your country that you made more money and pay more taxes. So, you know what I'm saying? But most importantly, here's why trading gurus make no sense at all. The markets have an evil nature by default. In order to make money, you literally have to take it from someone else's hand, meaning there will always be a sucker in the game. The only way to make money trading is by using analysis through logic, finding out something that hopefully not so many people know and using it. If everyone knew a particular strategy and used it at the same time, that would render it useless. And my fellow mandem in Toronto, For Y'all Entertainment, encapsulated all things fake trading guru in this parody.
I'm on your screen right now because whoever the fuck you are, I care about you so much that I want you to have a lot of fucking money. Having all the money you could ever desire and not needing even to worry about earning another fucking dollar. Click that button and buy my course. Please, what do you do for work? You gotta trade the Russian rubles against the Japanese yen. That's gonna bring home the lettuce. You're right, Danny, okay. Danny gives me the rest of his life savings for access to my live webinar. He gives me the rest of his life savings, and instantly, within like 30 minutes, he has access to my live webinar. Within maybe 45 minutes, Danny's already trading Mexican pesos against the Swiss franc. Danny's up 7 pips, and quite frankly, you're still down with that shitty ass fucking 9 to 5. You are one click away from truly experiencing heaven on earth, aka financial freedom. Okay, so what do you get for the $749 price tag? You get my 2-day trading course, access to my live webinar where I'm raking in at least 14,000K daily guaranteed. Was that my creditor? Download me, I'm leaving. Exclusive access to my one-on-one training sessions. I'll even show my bum, I don't care. What, $10, throw it in. The peace of mind knowing that you helped me cover my monthly lease of my 600 square foot condo and the lease for my Lamborghini Aventador coupe, baby. Buy my course, buy my course, buy my course.
This video basically comes down to 2 schools of thought. Active investing with day trading, swing trading, or Forex, which has a higher earning potential, but also a higher risk of losing all your money, very similar to gambling or poker, versus passive long-term investing, which isn't as sexy, but in which your stock portfolio increases in value over a 10+ year time span. Sorry, not sorry. That's the truth about it. I definitely encourage all the mandem and galdem to Google certified financial planner near me to learn about additional tax breaks that you may qualify for and investment/retirement planning services. They have an ethical and in most cases a legal obligation to look out for your best interest. Gurus online, YouTubers online just talking about the stock market, invest in this, invest in Tesla, invest in Bitcoin. Whatever you do with it, with your money, they're not responsible, right? So, yeah. In part 2, Ken McFadden, who is the catalyst for me making this video, and who's been day trading for over 9 years, damn near a decade, makes the compelling case that Teri is basically selling people the dream that they can make a living, a whole living, off of day trading.
Now, when folks say that 95% of day traders lose money, that is true, but one of the things that I notice is that they never exactly tell you why. Okay, they don't necessarily break it down brick by brick to show you how that does not make sense. Now, one of the reasons why that is, in terms of 95% of traders not being able to make money, is because the way trading is done today, you have computers now, as opposed to before.
Algorithms,
So
right?
Right. So these computers, they have already factored in the way people have been trading before the computer system.
Okay.
And now they also factor in how people trade today with the computer system. And they have already figured out every single way possible that you can trade. As a matter of fact, they've already figured out how a monkey would trade. Okay, so they know how to stack things in their favor.
Yeah.
Because unless you're on the inside, unless you know someone who can actually give you information on a stock, well, that's the only way you're going to know for sure.
Okay.
Now, the flip side of that is that it means that you have to do a lot of research. And it includes a lot of reading. Now, I train with a group, and the name of the group...
Especially given the fact that the average retail day trader, you and I, are not just competing with other retail day traders, but also against bankers who are monitoring the trading markets 12 to 14 hours every day, every weekday, and competing against other trading softwares and algorithms designed to make you lose. He addresses those who may say that we are just hating, right? Always hating on Teri's hustle.
Make a kind of money like that.
So obviously I gotta ask you this question because this is a common question I get in every guru expose video that I get. They might just ask, why are you hating on her hustle?
I'm not hating on her hustle. I just hate the fact that she insults me like this. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how this thing really works.
Yes.
And it doesn't work the way she says it works. So I'm not hating on her hustle. I just hate the fact that she's insulting people like me. It's an insult. Yes. And folks may say, well, if it's insulting, don't watch it. Well, I look at people like Teri as a car accident. Yep. You look at it, that don't mean you want to be in it.
What are some, okay, just to close it off real quick, let's not be too bashing of Teri. What do you think Teri could do differently that would make her more credible or more, wouldn't mislead people as much? Is it just the income claim? Is it like the price of the course, or what are some things you think she could do differently?
I got two answers for that.
Okay.
First answer is I don't give a damn. The second answer is she needs to be more realistic.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is that if she becomes too realistic, no one's going to buy her course. So I can't really blame her because black people, they don't want to hear reality like that.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear that shit. So you can't turn $200 into $5,000. It doesn't work like that. Why? Because for most businesses, the profit margin is between 1 and 10%.
And answers 4 crucial questions that Anthony ONeal conveniently forgot to ask Teri regarding her trade and travel day trading program, and all the strategies she uses to help students allegedly make $1,000 per day, which we know is probably demos in most cases. Why would you include a demo? Like, I don't understand. If I'm trying to make real money, why are you including the demo? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you including the demo into the $1,000? You know what I'm saying? That's nah, bro. Come on.
You can do it in your sim account or your real account. We don't want anyone to be left out because you don't have enough cash.
But while you look right here, yeah? Watch my past video right here on one of my favorite fake gurus, Tanner Chittister, or watch my other video right here on the hidden cost of moving in with your boyfriend or girlfriend, or watch another one of YouTube's recommended videos right here. I promise you, you're gonna like it. But as always, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it, and too much of any good thing is good for nothing. How are you lot doing today? Say with me. Say with me. I am doing more, saying less, and keeping that same energy. No, cat. Flip the script. I'm out. Deuces. Bow.
It hit you like karma, hit you like water. Splash on your face, I take you much farther. I put it all on you. You're driving my way, girl, whip till the morning. They say the birds calling, the sound of my name. Hey, tell me if you want it. Sunlight peak when you're yawning, forming. You know you try to stay. It hit you like karma. It hit you like water. Oh yeah. You like bad thing, looking like good girl. Told me you different, baby, no acting. Haven't you heard of karma? Haven't you heard at all? Bad thing, looking like centerfold. Told me you different, baby, no acting. Haven't you heard of karma?
No jokes, I'm coming through for you. Been a while since I first knew you perfect, no need to change. Only thing that I wish is there was two. I'll give you something to believe. Girls looking ask how I got one of these. I'm just a guy with my wants and my needs. Girl like you turn a man to police. That's cuffing, never leave.